The following scenes were shot in and around the city of Gloucester. We now go back to 1999.
The Glevenway shopping centre here in Abbey Dale is in for some changes. Safeways are planning a bigger and better shop. It's been 18 years without any changes to the buildings. I'm not sure how many buildings have actually gone so far. Some are due to be rehoused in the new Safeways. The new Safeways hopefully will have a dry cleaners, a post office and even a coffee shop. A petrol station is planned for the area next to the Ridge and Furrow, so that's going to mean a lot more traffic. I'm now standing in the back car park to Safeways. This is where the new Safeways will be built eventually. The footbridge which crosses Heron Way is also due to be demolished as well. It was never used very much anyway.
The footbridge that crossed Heron Way is now being demolished. The demolition was to make way for a new Morrison supermarket.
The pedestrian crossing now replaces the footbridge, which once stood on this spot. It's been just over 7 months without a supermarket here at Abbey Dale, but now finally Morrison's is just about completed. The new superstore stands on the site of the old Safeways, which closed on the 3rd of April 2005. Thousands of tons of soil had to be removed to make way for the new car park, which is much more on the level compared with the old one. It's about 8:40 and people are just starting to turn up for Morrison's. So I'm just going to make my way down now and see the official opening.
That concludes the opening of Morrison's, and it still looks the same today.
It's the end of November 1998 and we're now witnessing the demolition of the Gloucester Leisure Centre situated in Eastgate Street. Work has already started on the demolition. It's now the beginning of December and work is still going on in demolishing the leisure centre. The leisure centre was built in approximately the late 1960s, early 70s. But the water chute we can see here was built at a much later date. All now, sadly to say, will be gone in just a matter of a few days. They reckon it'll take another 6 or even 7 weeks before the whole place is down. It's a very cold day I've picked to come out here, I must admit. I reckon it'll be down more like 3 weeks, not about 6 weeks. Yes, the avenue is still open, but how much longer? It was about Christmas time when I saw all these waves being painted along the boards.
The new nightclub is taking shape. No decisions as yet has been made to what to call it. The new nightclub bears the name Liquid, and they did manage to retain the original facade. The new Leisure Centre 2017 style. It's the 21st of November 1999, and these are the headlines of the local Citizen. The hospital they are referring to is the Coney Hill Mental Hospital.
Controversial reports in the Citizen stated that the fire brigade made no real effort in putting out the blaze. I suppose they thought it was doomed for demolition, so what was the point? The fire brigade were also hampered by all the new housing developments that were taking place. The grounds had become very overgrown and there was piles of rubble everywhere, so it was very awkward for the engines to actually get here. Over the last few months, vandals have made several attempts at setting fire to the place, and on this occasion they seem to have been successful. Since the incident, the police have managed to obtain 4 teenage boys who are now helping the police with their inquiries, so it looks as though they have caught the culprits.
It's May 2017, and here I am very close to the site of the old hospital. The area has now become a park. Now let's walk up to where the old hospital was. The clock tower still stands. I'm really glad that they have decided to retain it.
It's now Sunday, April the 11th, 1999, and we're in King Square, Gloucester.
Between 1969 and 1974, King Square saw a complete facelift, which was to include water fountains, stepping stones and a paddling area. Then one day, a bright spark decided to empty washing powder into the water. Oh, what a twerp. Even the old Golden Egg restaurant was demolished, making way for the new King Square development. On the site now stands part of a Costa coffee shop. Today, King Square looks something like this, and we are still waiting to see what will happen to it next. The Technical College, which once stood in Brunswick Road, is seen here in its heyday. After its closure, it soon fell into a state of disrepair.
It's Monday, 10th of October 2011, and finally Gloucester's tower block is being demolished. I do believe they're spraying it with water to keep the dust down. I can feel it on my face.
All evidence of the college has now been lost under the new development. to round off my then and now film, I have come along to show you what the old railway triangle looked like. This eyesore lay unchanged for many years. There was even talk that a new Gloucester City rugby stadium would be built here, but that didn't come to fruition. Notice in the distance the gasometer in Horton Road. That's gone now. What a transformation, and it's still being developed.